This is Umar Ahmed for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Finally, I've got the interview that I've wanted all week. G-Man's in front of me. I've been chasing you for 2 days.
No, it's true, but we've ended up in bars. And look, just spin around a minute. Here he is. This is how big he is, yeah?
And what challenge does Alexander give you that you haven't faced in your career so far?
Big man. Some nasty people following him as well. But yeah, so we've been following Anthony Joshua. We had a great sit down with him earlier with a group of other people. The security guards are now carrying clipboards. Look at them.
Neil's hanging around with rappers these days and stuff, isn't he? So.
He's also lost a lot of weight, he's got more tattoos, all of that kind of stuff. Anyway, sorry, you'll probably clip all that out, but yeah.
G-Man, what did you make of the face-off today between Usyk and Joshua? Boring.
Neither man giving anything away. It's about time they allowed journalists to ask questions at press conferences. I put it to Eddie Hearn afterwards. It is time for them to make it more interesting. Just pause it a sec.
Picking this back up, so you were kind of saying that there's a bit of a problem with the setup today, or what?
No, I just think we've got to a stage. It's called a press conference, yeah. We had a sit down upstairs with Anthony Joshua beforehand. Alexander Usyk, we didn't. And you know, there's a lot of abuse floating around this building today, and it's mainly. No, but I think you get a bit more spice when people. You know, if you shout "fight, fight, fight" in the centre of in the corner of a playground, everybody goes over there, don't they? And I know that's kind of a weird analogy, but these two guys clearly have a lot of respect for each other. They don't want to give a lot away. They don't want to be emotional in fight week. But I think giving the opportunity, anyone that watched that press conference live today would have thought, "Oh God, that's a bit dull. Can't wait for the fight. It's a fascinating contest." But let's have a little bit of spice in the build-up. Yes, do the handshakes and all that, but let's ask questions where they have to say things about the other opponent, where they're questioned about their answer. And I even put it to Eddie Hearn today, as I said earlier, and he said, yeah, I don't disagree with you. I thought it was a bit bland today. That was a very, very bland press conference.
Okay.
Do you not think it was?
But it's two respectful guys, isn't it? So, I don't know. Florian certainly liven up the undercard press conference.
Yeah, but that was I mean, look, 2,500 people are coming to see Florian Markiu. 65,000 people are coming to watch, and probably a couple of million on TV.
But so. I mean, I didn't expect fireworks today, so.
No, but you don't necessarily need a scrap on stage. But what you want is
some intensity.
Yeah, just a bit of intensity. There was no energy between either of them. They were allowed to. It was like there was a screen between them.
I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. Gareth, let me make this interesting then. So we've done the breakdown of kind of Joshua Usyk on Zoom. Let me ask you about Joshua's comments that he made today, that he believes Deontay Wilder will knock out Tyson Fury. Are you surprised by them comments?
No, he's getting under the skin of Tyson Fury, isn't he? There's a lot of people that think that, you know, Tyson Fury's had to wait a really long time. It's given Deontay Wilder more time to prepare. Fury, at the end of the day, is coming back and forth to the United States, to the UK. He's had another child. He's had a much more disrupted schedule than Deontay Wilder has. But what he does have is 21 months ago, domination of Deontay Wilder in a Las Vegas ring on a dark night for the Bronze Bomber. So psychologically, I think he's got the upper hand. Why does Anthony Joshua say that? Well, I've heard comments that he wants Tyson Fury to win again. Of course he wants Tyson Fury to win. He can prove himself against an all-British showdown. It's a fight that Joshua wanted. You get a comment over here, a comment over there. Why did he say it? Because someone asked him the question. But equally, I think he would prefer Tyson Fury to win so that he can have that fight with him.
Definitely. I think, Tyson thinks the same about this fight this weekend.
Exactly.
Gareth, just one last thing I do want to ask you about. There's been strong reports going around that there are advanced talks that DAZN are going to acquire BT Sport on their various platforms. Just what's your take on everything that's going on?
Well, I mean, that's a very complicated business deal, isn't it? Obviously, it impacts. We don't know yet because he hasn't commented on it. It impacts on Frank Warren and his stable. That is obviously the boxing that's on BT Sport. BT itself is an entity, of course, with a board. DAZN needed to acquire those television rights. They need some football. They need to. It looks like they've got a strategy of not just promoting digitally at great value, but also going into the mainstream broadcast media space as well. It makes absolute sense. How much money have they got to drop in the hole? Excuse me. How much money have they got to drop in the hole with football? Probably a lot. But that's the key. It's not about the boxing, but it's a masterstroke for Eddie Hearn, makes him more powerful as a promoter because he's allied with DAZN, and DAZN are going to be able to control the output on BT and BT Sports. So it's going to be an interesting time for what happens with Queensberry and how they move their boxing events around. But it will take time, I imagine, and they've got the UFC, of course, BT Sports, so that'll be great for DAZN as well. They previously had a deal with Bellator, of course, for their tournament. So shifting sands. It's always been the same, and it will always be the same. It's as simple as that.
Gareth, I'll let you go and find Mr. David Aroka, your little buddy, and we'll speak tomorrow at the weigh-in, all right? We'll do something at the weigh-in.
Lovely.
Thanks for your time, all right?
Pleasure.